Means the world's about to change.
We are all waiting for S.W.A.T. Season 4 to air, but before you have a chance to see the premiere of the upcoming season, let's take a look at the top 3 moments from the last season. Before we continue, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more future updates on S.W.A.T. Hondo's situation in Season 3 finale. We definitely hated the fact that Season 3 of S.W.A.T. came to an end. Don't get me wrong, the cliffhanger was amazing, but it was just too much to gulp down in just an episode. And don't even get me started on all of those questions left unanswered by the end of the season. But as we saw from the cliffhanger ending, I am thinking that Hondo is probably in it for a doozy in the premiere of the upcoming season. Similar to other shows that aired during the 2020 period, S.W.A.T. had to stop filming just before shooting the season finale of the show. That is why the last episode that we saw air on screen wasn't the original ending that the showrunners had intended. But even though the ending of the season didn't have any unexpected deaths, it sure did leave one big question on our minds. In the finale, which was made to serve as the penultimate episode, the team spent most of their time chasing a group of people that were trying to smuggle illegal substances after they crashed their plane in a suburb area located in Los Angeles. It was an intense chase, with the kingpin known as Diablo in the mix. The twist of the show came when the team confronted Diablo when he said that he was crossing the border into America so he could stop something really important from happening. Diablo then added that this was a thing that Hondo and S.W.A.T. would be interested in also. Sadly, Luca shot him through the window just as Diablo was about to tell Hondo what he was trying to stop. In the episode finale, the team beats the gang, but Hondo ended the season showing viewers that he was angry and frustrated, and for this, we saw him letting out all of his frustration on a punching bag. This left us with many unanswered questions, but many fans are suspecting that something really bad will happen if both the S.W.A.T. team and Diablo had a common enemy searching for them. The showrunner of the series, Sean Ryan, did somehow spill some of that tea when he revealed what he had planned to happen in the original version of the finale. Ryan said that the original finale was meant to be split into 2 pieces. One part of the episode was going to show the action that was happening in the present, while the other part was going to share what exactly happened to Ryan and his father during the Los Angeles riots, when Ryan was just a teenager. The finale was also planned to air on the same anniversary date of the original riots that took place in real life. Ryan then revealed that the episode premiere of Season 4 will pick up on what was meant to be the original cliffhanger of the Season 3 finale. So this is good kind of news for all of us, because Ryan has assured us with what he has revealed that the last original episode of Season 3 isn't lost. It will just be conjoined with the episode premiere of the upcoming season. As much as I hate to break it to you guys, there is some bad news when it comes to the show. It's not clear as to when the release date will be announced or when it will even air, but many fans and critics suggest that it might air by the end of 2021. This is kind of a bummer, as S.W.A.T. will have to miss the anniversary of the LA riots for the special episode. S.W.A.T. Suicide. The group hurried to discover Buck after he fell off the bridge, and then they came to conclude that he wanted to hurt himself. As that manhunt worked out in a flashback, we saw each colleague talk with an advocate about the psychological trouble natural to their profession, and they never fully unveiled what the future held for Buck. Halfway as the episode progressed, Buck was found through the phone, alive at a cafe, yet reluctant to hear out Hondo and put off what he had planned to do. Deacon fortunately tracked down his long-lasting companion and gave him a handgun. Also, Buck appeared to be very intent to take his life, even though Hondo and Jim persuaded him not to. He then hesitated simply because of the gigantic feeling of sadness he would leave loved ones with. Concerning the strategy that Hondo, Deacon, and Street use in the long run to save Bucky's life, they basically make things about them and the profound misfortune they would need to live with if Bucky dies. Ryan says, a ton of time these individuals are feeling so alone and separated they're not realizing the impact they have in others' lives. Ryan was inspired to shoot this scene from The Bridge, a 2006 narrative about individuals who have jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge. Among the small percentage who wind up surviving the jump, some have said almost immediately there was instant regret. So the officials communicating with Buck truly put the attention on how this act would affect his friends and family, because many people who are in an emergency state as such are just thinking about their agony. Even though Buck will live to see one more day, the grave scene was not done presenting unmistakable real factors. Since at the hour's end, during his one-on-one meeting with the instructor, Deacon broke down in tears, and he has also contemplated finishing everything explicitly during the last season when his family was in a critical financial situation. And with the fact that Hondo was given command of S.W.A.T. instead of him, he eventually became really upset. Jay Harrington tells TV Line, "The Hondo stuff from the pilot, I told the writers I'm never going to let that go. Deacon, you took my job. I get to have that." So when we had an episode where I was talking to a guy out of shooting himself, and I said I may or may not have had a gun once to my face as well, I pushed for that. And I was glad that they did that as a bit of an Easter egg we could get to someday. And sure enough, here we are. How did Harrington get himself to such a place of pure vulnerability? I tapped into some personal stuff that I've gone through, he shares. Before S.W.A.T., I hadn't really worked in a couple of years. Things were tough out there, and I was getting married, bringing someone else into the mix for the first time. As an actor, there are times when it's feast or famine, and when it's famine and you're by yourself, you're like, I'll get by. But bringing someone else in, some pressures come with that. Deacon taking that step, Ryan says, represented one of the main goals with this episode, to show that it takes real strength and courage to say, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I'm contemplating, and I need help. You wouldn't have a problem saying, I have cancer and I need a doctor's help. Your brain is a part of your body, and it is something that needs attention just the same. Chris and Street's kiss. Remember when Chris and S.W.A.T kissed? It's been more than a year, but S.W.A.T revisited that moment in one of its latest episodes on Season 3. Fans were alerted that something was coming up related to it when the previously on showed that and their conversation. As Chris struggled with Kira and Ty's request to move in with them, she said yes immediately following the kiss. She and S.W.A.T kissed. When she pulled away, she blamed it on the alcohol. In any case, that confirms that it'll come up again sooner or later on the show. Regardless of whether among Chris and S.W.A.T or Molly and S.W.A.T, Chris likes being in peaceful waters lately, and S.W.A.T is content with Molly. The actor opens up about working with Shamar more again and prods what's next for Michelle and Hondo. Besides, Russell said he believes that it'll come up once more. The discussions in this scene didn't feel like a goal, so the need to do it again might be whether the kiss is referenced this season. Which of these moments on the show seemed the most interesting to you? We would love to hear your comments on this. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and watch some of our other interesting videos.